Ride around the love, ride around the trip, ride around the dick.
Hi my little Scoopies, it's Nova and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about 10 things I wish I knew before I started a small business. If you like this kind of content, let me know by liking and subscribing, because I won't know if you like it unless you like and subscribe. And I don't want you to miss any new videos. Anyway, I'm going to be reading from my notes. I have a couple notes written down. So let's get started with the video. So, number 1, you need to try to build a following before you launch and relaunch. It helps your engagement on your posts, and it really helps you know like your audience, and pushing before you start pushing out content daily. It helps you get to know your audience and your target market in your business and in your niche. That way you know what you're doing prior to launching, and it helps you know what you want, what your potential customers will want from buying from you. So for example, when I put out my Instagram polls and different things like that, certain things I put out are for business and certain things are just for fun. Like for example, like if I put out a poll, when I put out the poll for lip gloss or lip balm, a lot of people chose lip gloss rather than lip balm. Okay, so that tells me as a business owner, okay, this is what your audience wants, this is what you put out. Basically, it's giving you an incentive on what your audience likes. Okay. Number 2, it's alright that everything is not perfect before you launch. There's no such thing as perfection. I have to tell myself that every day. Perfectionism can definitely hold you back when launching or relaunching a company, because you're always going to be thinking, oh, it's not perfect, so let me hold it back. Oh, it's not perfect, let me do this. And I can definitely tell you from my own standpoint that my own relaunch did not go as planned. I had so many glitches and just so many things happened that day that it was really stressful, and I had to tell myself later on, like, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as you get it out there and it's professional. There's a difference between professionalism and perfect. Perfect, majority of the time you're not going to achieve, but professionalism, as long as you have that, then you're set. So that's what I definitely have learned from launching and relaunching my company, that things do not have to be perfect. Okay, so now we're on to number 3. We are really rolling fast through this list. If you sell physical products like I do, make sure you finalize your packaging, or like at least have some sense of your packaging prior to launching or relaunching. Because I can say, when starting my company, I changed my jars for body butter and my lip gloss tubes several times, and I'm so glad that I found something somewhat consistent. Like even now, I'm getting to change my jars again, and this is the last time I'm changing my jars. It's, knock on wood, that this is the last time I had to change my jars. Take into account for that your manufacturer, where you find it, certain things might not be available, so you have to plan things accordingly. So that's one of the reasons why I had to change my jars. It's because my manufacturer stopped making the coned ones that I was using originally. So now I had to find a substitute. So I did, and I'm hoping that stays the way it is. But consistent packaging also includes your boxes, your tissue paper. If you're using the crinkle paper, I don't suggest using crinkle paper in packaging. It just creates a mess, and I found out that a lot of people don't like it, because even after like they take stuff out of their package, they're still finding it later. Even when I use crinkle, when I receive packages with crinkle paper, I still find it like months later. So I would suggest using tissue paper or any other like even newspaper or anything like biodegradable that you feel is comfortable in your company. Use that, because the crinkle paper is not anybody's friend at all, I can tell you that. As well as I would definitely suggest knowing if you're going to use glass or plastic, because using glass will definitely affect shipping costs and other costs as well. So just want to put that little tidbit out there. Number 4, we are really breezing through this list. Do your research on your niche, the products that you'll be selling. I cannot stress this enough. I did research in the beginning, but not as extensive as it should have been, and I feel like I should have been way more thorough than versus now than when I first started. But that's okay. We're growing and we're learning and we're educating. But like, for example, I didn't really niche down when I first started. I just kind of put myself out there and just like, okay, I'm selling lip gloss and body butter, ta-da! And I found a way to niche down with Scrubbie Scoops, doing the ice cream for your skin, because of the fact that it's in a category, like it's cosmetics and skincare, but we have a little bit smaller of a subsidiary category to use, rather than just saying, okay, I'm selling lip gloss, I'm selling body butter, that's it. No, you want to make sure you have something that makes you definitely stand out. And as for research, it took me months. I'm gonna be honest, it took me months for research. That's why I had to push back certain dates and change certain things around, because I wanted to make sure that I had enough research in my field prior to launching to people, because you're technically putting people's skin and lips at risk if you don't do proper research. So make sure you don't do that. Okay, and we're on to number 5. I cannot stress this one enough. If you have unique ideas, make sure you copyright them. I cannot say this enough. Unique ideas will be stolen. There's not no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you have a good idea and you think, maybe I should put it out there, do not put it out there unless you copyright it or trademark it or anything that protects it from being stolen. I can say that I'm glad that Scrubbie Scoops has been trademarked. If you didn't see that post, yes, Scrubbie Scoop has been trademarked. And I have so many other things that I need to trademark, because I'm seeing other businesses take other people's things, and it's like, why? So if you have an idea, please make sure, I really do hate to say it, but other businesses will see certain things and take it and use it for their own personal gain. It's sad, but it's the truth. So if you have a unique idea, make sure you copyright it, please. And also make sure that all your legal ducks and everything are in a row prior to you launching anything. So basically going back to the trademark and copyright, make sure that everything is in place down to the T. Now that I would be seriously make sure of. So now we're on to number 6. Focus on one social media platform at a time. I can say back in 2020 when I first started my business, I was not focused on TikTok at all. I would post one thing and ghost. Even my Instagram, my Instagram was very sporadic when I first started. I would post one thing and ghost and expect it to go viral or expect to get tons of views and tons of likes. That's not how it works. So posting, and I think it's posting consistently. They say to post every day. You don't. Posting consistently just means have a schedule. So my schedule right now is posting somewhat every day, but sometimes I'll skip a couple days just because I might not have anything to post, or I'm waiting on a time frame to post something. So make sure you're consistent and focus on one platform at a time, because I was doing TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube all at once, and it was not working. So you have to focus on one thing at a time prior to moving on to another. So now we're on to number 7. Wow, this is really going by fast. Organization is definitely key for success, at least starting off. I have had 5 notebooks that I've gone through when I first started, and now I'm up to 12 notebooks gone already at this point. I have so many things written down throughout several notebooks. I have a notebook over there that is full of ideas, so make sure you have a notebook and a calendar. I have a calendar up here. It's kind of out of view, but that's to help me stay on track. And I also use the calendar in my phone and on my tablet to make sure that I'm really focused and organized. And I definitely color code a lot of things. So I'll have my markers that I color code and use for organization throughout my notebook. That way I know what's what. So that's definitely my big tip on that. Number 8, cross-promoting and networking. Cross-promoting has helped me a couple times, a lot of the times when if I post a TikTok and I'll share that TikTok to my Instagram stories, it'll boost the TikTok because people from my Instagram will go and look at it. So, and I definitely think that it works. It works sometimes. I'm not going to guarantee that it works all the time, but it works sometimes. Promoting even without ads works as well. So I, especially if I have something coming up, or say a live or an event that I'm going to, I will promote daily on that, post it on my story, especially when I did punk rock. I was posting consistently about, okay, we're going to be at punk rock from this time to this time on this date, make sure you're there. So that's definitely a really good idea to help draw more traffic, because you never know who's gonna come like to these events. And speaking of these events, when I do craft shows and when I do pop-up shows, it is really imperative that you go around and collect business cards and hand out your own, because I've had people follow me, other businesses and customers from these events that follow me and like my stuff. So it's definitely a good thing to make sure that you have business cards on you at all times, and that when you are at these shows and you're giving out, you're like, say you just made a sale and you're giving out a bag, make sure there's a business card and a thank you card in there. It definitely helps. Okay, we're almost done. Number 9, it is okay to change dates. I know that may sound crazy, but it is okay. My relaunch date was changed several times before I settled on a final date. And the thing is, nobody's going to be upset for you for changing. Like, it just happens. Things happen. Life happens. And certain things just have to get changed around. And that's just that. Like, there's no better way to explain it. You have to be comfortable when you launch and what you launch with. So that's why I might be pushing back the date for Wacky Scoops. I have to see. I have to map some things out first, but that date might be changing to later on in March. But that's okay, because I have to be comfortable when I launch it. So there's that. And number 10, our final thing of things that I wish I knew before starting a small business. It's okay to be yourself. It's alright to be weird, loud, and quirky, because to be honest, that's me. Like, I tried to fit in a typical small business box, and it doesn't work. Like, I definitely like being myself on camera, off camera, and in general. I don't fit into the mold of the baddie small business owner or the soft girl small business owner. No offense to any of those people. It's just that I don't fit into that box, and I don't plan on trying to. So those are definitely 10 things that I wish I knew, really wish I knew before starting a small business. It would have saved me a lot of headache and a lot of issues down the road. But that's okay, because we learn and we grow. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it was a different type of video today, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I appreciate you for watching. So stay tuned for more videos. Bye!
We're right around the love, right around the trip, right around the dick.